Everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Bureau. Welcome to Kentucky Derby Prep Recap. We're going to take a look back at the Grade 2 San Felipe Stakes at Santa Anita, going 1 mile and a 16th on March the 6th. It featured Life is Good. He came into this race, Mike, undoubtedly the best 3-year-old on the West Coast. He leaves it, perhaps, the best 3-year-old in the country. No disrespect to Essential Quality, the 2-year-old champion. We break from the gate. Life is Good, as is his wont. Breaks from the rail, and he goes right to the front.
Yeah, he was always going to go to the lead here, Dan. I guess his cause, you could argue, was helped a little bit. His stablemate there, Medina Spirit, the 3, is not going after him. Medina Spirit's going to be taken to the outside here to the first turn to not engage his stablemate from here. The race is basically over. I mean, it didn't really feel like anybody was going to ever have a chance to stay with this horse anyway.
And this has been a carbon copy of Life is Good's prior 2 starts, a maiden victory going 6.5 furlongs at Del Mar in November, and then the Grade 3 Sham in January, where he gets to the lead. He's simply too fast for his competition, and he is lengths clear down the backstretch in all of his races.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I guess you still want to see what happens if somebody can, keep up with him and hook him early. I don't know what to say, Dan. I mean, he's obviously loose on the lead here, but he's not exactly walking. He's just kind of powering along on the lead. This field basically has no chance to ever get near this horse. He just looks like a horse who has an awful lot of ability right now.
You're right in that he's not been punched in the mouth just yet, and maybe no one's fast enough to do so. Poor Medina Spirit. He's just chased this horse in vain. Now he has to want to get away from Life is Good. He's chasing an Earnest on the outside. He will be game for second. Dream Shake tried to make a race of it down towards the inside, but Life is Good is cruising. Does this bother you now? He gets a little bit green in the stretch. I mean, he starts drifting.
Yeah, he does drift pretty badly here. I don't know. I wouldn't say it bothers me, Dan. Obviously, you'd prefer that they do, everything right, I guess. If I had my choice between doing everything right or just having, all the ability in the world, I'll take the ability. This horse seems like he has a ton of it. I mean, he absolutely aired on this field, and I didn't, maybe I missed it somewhere, Dan. I never saw Mike Smith really ask it.
107. Buyer speed figure for the odds-on winner, Life is Good. That improves 6 points off the 101 he earned in the Grade 3 Sham. From a buyer speed figure standpoint, right now in early March, he's the horse to beat for the Derby.
Definitely is. And as you mentioned earlier, Dan, it's no disrespect to the 2-year-old champion, who also looked really good in his 3-year-old debut. But, man, it just feels like everybody's playing catch-up with Life is Good right now.
A couple of horses other than Medina Spirit came into this race with a tiny bit of hype. There was Roman Centurion, who had chased Medina Spirit. There was the Great One, who had run a pretty fast race. None of these horses ever got into the running.
Yeah, Life is Good just didn't give this field any chance. I mean, I have no problem with the race Medina Spirit ran here, Dan. He was obviously no match for his stablemate. His race prior to this in the Lewis was good, if only because the pace was so fast and he did so much work on it. But he really had no chance with Life is Good in here. I thought Dream Shake ran fine, Dan. It was only his second career start off of a really good debut. He ran fine in this race.
Let's take a look at the horse card for Life is Good. Unbeaten from 3 starts. Bred by Gary and Mary West. Mike Smith, of course, as Mike mentioned, aboard. Windstar Farm China Horse Club. I guess if something could stop this horse, it could be distance. Because to me, I look at this pedigree, Mike, I see a lot of middle distance influences, and maybe if something would stop him, it's 1.25 miles, although weren't we saying the same things about Authentic, who many believe is this horse's doppelganger last year?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's just for whatever reason, it doesn't really seem like the pedigree matters anymore when it comes to the Derby. We'll see. Maybe it will catch up to this horse. Maybe something will catch up to this horse, Dan. But so far, the 3 times we've seen him, it's really, really hard to argue with him sort of standing head and shoulders over this crop right now.
$525,000 yearling by the Super Stallion Into Mischief. Let's take a look at the prices. Chalk Player's Dream. Life is Good if you're a chalk player in the San Felipe. $3, $220, $210. Baffert runs 1-2 with Medina Spirit. Dream Shake finishes 3rd. Life is Good likely on to the Santa Anita Derby, and if all goes well there, on to Kentucky for the first Saturday in May.